So just about set now. And pitching in this game, number 16. Chris, what should we be keeping an eye on here with her?
It's always interesting to see how she utilizes all of her pitches and how many of those she has a good feel for on that given.
We go to the bottom of the first. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Ichiro Suzuki. And he deals. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Swanson hauls it in, and there's one away.
Batting second.
Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And there's a foul ball. One down, base is empty. And a foul ball. 0-2 now. Stays alive. 0-2 now. Fights it off. She'll see another. One out, base is empty. Foul ball, still 0-2.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
That one ripped right center field, and that should be extra bases. The throw in, and she starts her afternoon off right with a double.
Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and she met it out front for the line drive knock.
One down. Now the third baseman. Foul ball there. Runner at second. That's to third. Morel throws to first in time. And here's the rookie center fielder.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
The crowd here has been fired up even before the first pitch for this series, and they'll go crazy right here if they can take an early first inning lead.
2 outs. And a foul ball. Righty to the plate. And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. Gomes to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Second inning set to go. And up to and here's the catcher. Big time power. She's kind of an outlier, especially when hitters are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. This ball's chopped on the ground. Over to Smith. One up, one down. And the batter will be the shortstop. She's a player who does it all. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. In the postseason, you see just how important every last play can be. You never know what's going to make the difference in the end. And a pitch. And there's a ball.
Like you said, Boog, every play is so pivotal at this point of the year. As a player, you got to be locked in. Can't make a mistake that could cost your team the season.
One down, base is empty. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. The pitch. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. Not stopping. She's going for 3. The relay throw. Not in time. She's safe.
Everything came together perfectly for her right there. I love the hustle out of the box, man. She drove that baseball, and she was thinking triple right away.
Runner at third with one gone. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Swings through that one for strike one.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games, so I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
One away with a runner at third here in game one of the NLDS. And that one is inside. And Chris behind the plate today, James Kingsley, known for being a little generous on the edges. Here's a 1-1. Just missed. Ground ball up the middle. Now two away as they get a run across. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman.
Second baseman, number 90.
Line drive. Fair ball. Around first, digging for two. Throws to second, and she'll make it safely. That's a double.
She got a pitch she could get to out front, kept her bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll her hands over, and that allowed her to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Runner in scoring position with two away. Here's the left fielder. Little chopper rolls foul. One run across in the frame so far here in game one. Ripped, but it curls foul. Smash to the left side. Sends it to first. Inning over, and it could have been worse. A run on two. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Here's the Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Ichiro Suzuki. 0 for 1 so far.
Ichiro Suzuki.
Assad back to work. And there's the strike.
You know, these Dodgers definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boo.
Here's a high chopper. Tosses to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Now batting.
And here's the first baseman. Doubled in her first AB. Base hit. So they get a runner aboard with a one-out single.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get her into motion.
One gone, runner at first. Here's the third baseman. This hitter is one of the best athletes in the sport. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Home team down a run here in the last half of the third.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike three.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting her away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, Clearly she was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Assad checks over to first, and she's back. And the batter now, number 5. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Gomes hauls it in to end the inning. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And now the catcher comes up to him. She has turned into one of the best catchers in the National League. And the pitch. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Swung on, belted. Bellinger drop step going back. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. That one felt good. It's 2-2.
This crowd is on fire right now. They're going nuts thanks to that home run.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Here's the shortstop at the plate. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Heading down the line. And that's a foul ball. Nobody on, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. And no throw for some reason as she reaches first. That's got to be an error.
No, you don't see it very often, but every once in a while a guy strikes out and still somehow ends up safe on first. And when it happens, you kind of scratch your head, but I guess sometimes a pitch is so nasty it makes everyone miss. Now they're going to have to get more than 3 outs in this inning.
Shohei OHTANI up to the dish. He's 0 for 1. Swings and misses.
0-1 the count.
And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Left-hand hitter waits. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Nobody out, runner at first. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner when with 2 strikes you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Now at the plate, number 90. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. The pitch. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Makes a sliding stop with no chance to get it out. So there'll be runners at first and second.
Boom, that's staying within her game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now she's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what players like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
Next to hit, number 3. In the air, left field, down the line, and that is a foul ball.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
2 on, 1 out. That one is absolutely belted, and no one can run it down. 1 runs in, around third. A second scores as well. The throw to third, and she's out trying for three.
Absolutely perfect execution of a relay right there to cut her down at third. She probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took a great play to get her. You just have to tip your cap.
Now here is Ichiro Suzuki. On the ground right side. Horner over to first. And that will end the inning. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Game 1 of the division.
Out. 3. Out.
Now the number 2 hitter, one of the best contact hitters in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. And the right-hander back to work. Clobber to right field, way back, gone. A gigantic blast. It's 5-2. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a new pitcher now, number 48.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now here is number 18. Just missed. On the ground to third. And foul ball. Nobody on, nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. Swinging a drive, deep right field. That's back. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. And they add on. It's 6-2.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and they get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter. She has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And there's one down. Next up, the Dodgers catcher. She's already homered in this game. And that one fouled off. There's a swing and a drive. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Not fooled at all right there. She was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that extends the inning.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day. A nice job of turning that one around.
Here's some real power at the plate. Shohei Ohtani. Over to first, and she's safe. Ohtani measures 6 feet 4 inches, 29 years old, and he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. Yeah, he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Bounce to the left side, and that's just foul. At the belt and fires.
Ball that belt.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3. They go deep twice in the inning. Both solo.
Out. You're out. Out.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Now it's the second baseman, number 90.
The second baseman, number 90.
A wind and a pitch. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. Relay to second, tries to get back and save.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for her. She looks locked in. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So a runner aboard. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder. 1 for 2. Swing and a foul straight back. Runner at second. Pitch misses. 1-1. Wouldn't chase that time. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. That one misses, and the count is 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now she's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
You can see she was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Kicks and fires. That one ripped left field. High bounce takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double. And a run comes in to score.
That's such a frustrating play for an outfielder. You know you should make this play, but you never really had a chance because of the bad angle. What should have been an out turned out to be a double.
So up next, Ichiro Suzuki. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. That misses the zone. Ball 1. And downstairs.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Boots it to first, and he just gets it there in time. One away.
Although we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand, the way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive. And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give her the cycle.
Rip to third. Now he launches a throw over his head. She's got a double, her 4th hit.
Just kind of sailed that throw and pulled it across his body towards the right field side of first base. And usually that means the fielder just didn't square up his shoulders to the target. And I think that throw had just as much to do with his footwork as anything else.
Number 18, the next to hit, takes ball 1. In the air to left, down the line. He's got it. Both runners tagging. It's a sac fly as she comes across to score. It's 8-2.
In that situation, you're looking to get something up in the zone that you can put in the air. Worst case scenario, a sacrifice fly to drive in that runner from third.
And next will be the Dodgers cleanup hitter. And what a two-way player. Not just offensively, but as good a defensive outfielder as there is in the game. Runner on second, 2 down. Well struck, right field. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. She leaves the yard to right, and they add to their lead. It's 10-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with her mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. She deserves that home run.
2 outs, nobody on. Here's the speedy catcher. She's already homered here in this one. And that's outside. And that is ball 1. And another ball. Out to center. Bellinger drifts towards it. Makes the grab. And that is that. So it's 4 runs for him. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Bellinger up to hit.
The center fielder, number 24.
Out. 3.
Now it's the shortstop. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this player is at the top of the list. Back to right. Suzuki on the move. Makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
She was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. She was ready to hit.
Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. There's the strike. One down, base is empty. He swings and fouls one off. Oh, great stop. From his knees, the throw. And very nicely done for the out.
Look at how he dives right there. Is able to pop up to both knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
Two outs, base is empty. Here's the second baseman. 3 for 3. She's doubled twice and singled. She breaks her back. Now the throw to first on the run. They get the out, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for him there. 8th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers. Back here in L.A., ready to begin the 8th. Dom Smith.
Dominic Smith.
Now the left fielder. I think when you consider her as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If she can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Thompson goes 6'1". He features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a curve, a changeup, and he works in a 2-seamer. Here comes a pitch. Got her swinging. Back to the top of the lineup, and now the right fielder, Ichiro Suzuki. Foul ball. The Dodgers up big in this one here in the late stages of Game 1. The 0-2. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second, and he's in with a stand-up double.
He was all over that one. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
And here's the first baseman. On a line, base hit. Around third, the throw in. Safe.
Well done. Drives in the run. Challenged her with a fastball right in the heart of the zone, and she was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Runner at first. Now the third baseman. 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. 1 run across in the frame so far. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Move over to first, trying to keep her close.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All she's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
They say she went.
0-2 is the count.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. She pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground.
Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Carl Edwards Jr.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Now, number 5. Fought off foul. The pitch. Hard ground ball, base knock. In comes the run from third. And it's now 12-2. In there safely.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Here's the catcher. This hitter with big-time power and an elite defender. Right through there for a strike.
0-1's the count.
And that one fouled off. Right-handed reliever. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Runners are at the corners, 1 away. Gets a piece there, we'll do it again. Two on, 1 out. That misses the zone. 1-2 to count.
She's a fun player to watch taking at bat. She just battles up there. She doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put her away.
Fly ball down the line. And that will drop foul. That missed by a lot. 2-2. To short, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. So 2 runs. And welcome back to the ballpark. At the plate, Seiya Suzuki.
You're out.
Series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game 1 to set the tone.
Well, Singy, it wasn't pretty, but here's another look at the final line.
Yeah, Boog, this one wasn't close. Not a lot of drama at the end either, and you just don't see a lot of blowouts in the postseason.
And your final, 12-3. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Time at the ball game, 4 hours.